Chapter 32 Horror Dungeon, The Shepherd Boy. Ding dong, player has received new supplies, please check them in time. After Qin Shi Shi checked the system, she found that her assets had increased by 200,000 gold coins. The system also noted, Tao Xiao Xiao specially gifted this to her mother. Qin Shi Shi was truly touched. Xiao Xiao loved her so much. She could finally buy a place to rest in the horror world. She clicked on her wristband system, bought an affordable house, then went in to rest for a few days before re-entering the system for matching. Far away in Happiness Hotel, Tao Xiao Xiao leaned on the edge of the swimming pool and asked the little fish in the water, "Little fish, do you think mommy will be very happy when she receives my gift?" Little fish, definitely happy, don't worry. A. Congratulations and be prosperous. Welcome players to the horror instance, The Shepherd Boy. Please complete the task of safely guiding the sheep across the river. Shishi, I can always find you. Yu Wenwen walked towards her with a happy expression. Mei too. Li Li also smiled brightly and came over to greet her. Qin Shi Shi was very surprised. Did you all choose this instance to clear? How did you manage to find me matched to this instance? Yu Wenwen smiled confidently. Shishi, don't underestimate me. My divination cards are very accurate. Li Li chuckled, rubbed his close-cropped hair, glanced at Ji Yu Hao not far away, then turned to Qin Shi Shi and said, "Thankfully, I added Wenwen as a friend, and my level is also over 50. I wanted to clear an instance with the team." Ji Yu Hao also walked over at this moment and greeted Qin Shi Shi. Qin Shi Shi was quite touched to have such a group of friends who were willing to go wherever she went. The cold electronic voice sounded. Horror instance, The Shepherd Boy, officially begins. The scene before them gradually cleared. They appeared on a thick sheet of ice, with snow-covered skies. The few of them quickly exchanged for warm clothing in the system. Even after putting on thick clothes, Li Li was still shivering from the cold. He rubbed his arms and jumped in place to warm himself up. Did any of you do a walkthrough? Ji Yu Hao, Yu Wenwen answered without hesitation. As far as I know, demons will appear and attack in this instance later, so be careful, Ji Yu Hao reminded. Look, there are sheep. Qin Shi Shi pointed to the scattered sheep not far away. Looking out, there were probably nearly 100 of them. Let's go take a look, Qin Shi Shi suggested, and as her words fell, she lifted her feet and walked towards the flock of sheep. The others also followed suit. That's the direction of land. Can't we just herd the sheep ashore? Yu Wenwen pointed towards the land, exclaiming in surprise. Ji Yu Hao was stunned after hearing that, and the corner of his mouth twitched imperceptibly. Alright, then let's try herding the sheep ashore first. Li Li was eager to try. He walked to a sheep, spread his arms, and waved them, "Come, come, little sheep, follow big brother home, go ashore and eat grass." Qin Shi Shi couldn't help but laugh. In this icy and snowy weather, how can they eat grass? Seeing that Li Li couldn't herd them, Yu Wenwen tried pushing them, but the little sheep still didn't budge. Ji Yu Hao shook his head. Who knew he would fall for her? He walked to Yu Wenwen's side and stopped her actions. It's useless, let's try another method. To be honest, Ji Yu Hao hadn't done a walkthrough for this instance either. He had entered this instance by following Yu Wenwen through Li Li, and only learned a little about it from the player chat group after entering. Then what method do you think will work? Yu Wenwen asked, puzzled, and pondered for a while, resting her chin on her hand. Could it be like this? As her words fell, Yu Wenwen walked to the side of a few little sheep, then acted like a wolf, baring her teeth, forming claws with her hands, and shouted, "The wolf is coming! The big bad wolf is coming! Run!" The silence was so profound that you could hear a pin drop. Li Li burst into laughter, amused by Yu Wenwen. Shishi, why is he like this? I'm just daring to try. Why is he making fun of me? Yu Wenwen's face flushed slightly as she linked arms with Qin Shi Shi, protesting. Yes, our Wenwen still has the heart of a child, which is a good thing. After saying that, Qin Shi also couldn't help but try to hold back the corners of her mouth from turning up. Ha ha ha, our beauty Wenwen is truly adorable. She watched too much Pleasant Goat and Big Wolf. Ha ha oh oh. Alright, let's give Sister Wenwen some face. Don't laugh anymore. I'll laugh first as a sign of respect. Hehehehe. Oh, you guys, how exactly can we get the sheep across the river? I don't know. The failed players before tried every method and didn't succeed. Be careful. Ji Yu Hao pulled out his talisman brush and quickly drew a protective shield, isolating the four of them and the sheep. Countless stones flew from all directions, attacking everyone like a hailstorm. Bang, 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 bang. They continuously hit the protective shield. What should we do? Yu Wenwen used her twin hammers to block the stones that penetrated the protective shield. Qin Shi used her red whip to shatter individual stones that broke through the barrier. Be careful, these stones are extremely sharp and can even penetrate the protective shield. Li aimed his camera at the stones outside the protective shield, pressing the shutter rapidly, making the stones turn into ashes in midair. Ji Yu Hao continuously strengthened the protective barrier's effectiveness with his talisman brush, resisting the onslaught of the stone rain. After everyone worked together and persevered for 3 hours, the stone rain finally stopped. How are you all? Are you injured? Qin Shi asked with concern. I accidentally scraped a bit of skin. Yu Wenwen frowned, lifted her arm, looked at the skin cut by the stones that had torn through her clothes, then casually added, but it's alright, a minor injury, it should heal in a bit. Are there any items that can help it recover? Qin Shi worried. Oh, it's just a small injury, don't worry about it. Yu Wenwen waved her hand, looking indifferent. As soon as she finished speaking, Ji Yu Hao pulled her arm. A halo of light enveloped it, and the slightly bleeding wound immediately healed, returning to perfectly smooth skin. Are you crazy? Wasting a regeneration item? Yu Wenwen couldn't help but complain inwardly. Ji Yu Hao, that spendthrift, any woman who lives with him in the future would surely suffer. I have plenty, Ji Yu Hao said, a rich guy line out of the blue. Yu Wenwen clicked her tongue and furrowed her brows. She suddenly remembered how the cold and ruthless man had once fiercely scolded her without mercy, and she was a bit ungrateful. Thanks, but I don't have any extra regeneration items to return to you. I did it willingly. No need to return it. Ji Yu Hao said in a softer voice, and his originally icy, emotionless face seemed to gain some warmth. Li and Qin Shi watched the drama from the side. Yu Wenwen noticed and her face turned red with embarrassment. She turned her head, no longer looking at Ji Yu Hao. Holy cow, what's going on? Boss Ji Yu Hao actually cares about people now. Sister Wenwen, you really made it. Mommy is proud of you. Why is the atmosphere between them so strange? So awkward. I beg you, just get together already. I'm rooting for you. CP fans need sweet romance. Boss Ji Yu Hao, really, what were you doing before? Now it's a wife-chasing crematorium, huh? Sister Wenwen isn't even grateful. Serves him right. It's not at the crematorium stage yet, is it? At most, they've both experienced the feeling of being pursued, so it's even now. So just get together already. I'm going crazy, it's such torture. Qin Shi looked at their awkwardness and couldn't help but think that she and Jiangyi had also been like that before, but now Jiangyi hadn't come to find her, and she didn't know how to find him. She looked worriedly at the vast ice surface of this instance, feeling a faint unease in her heart. What had happened to Jiangyi? Had something happened to him? Could it be that another powerful player was in his instance, causing the delay? Chapter 33. So you'd better just be the one with questionable intelligence. What should we do? We can't hurt these sheep, Yu Wenwen said, squatting on the ground, resting her chin in her hands in frustration. The shepherd boy, boy. Qin Shi paced back and forth around the flock, muttering, until she finally discovered the key. Qin Shi, the boy, the key to breaking the situation is the boy. Ji Yu Hao, these are the boy's sheep, only the boy can drive them. But where is the boy? Li Li looked around. On the boundless ice, there were only the 4 players and a group of swaying sheep, no other living creatures were visible. Let's split up and expand our search, Qin Shi Shi suggested. The 4 went in 4 different directions to search for traces of the boy, agreeing to meet back at the original spot in an hour. The blood mist high heels clicked, da-da, on the ice. Qin Shi Shi looked at her instep, so frozen it had lost all color, and sighed inwardly, maybe I should buy a pair of cotton socks from the system store, otherwise I'll get uterine cold. After changing into cotton socks, Qin Shi Shi felt that her feet were finally her own again. They had been so cold they almost couldn't warm up. As expected, the quality of ghost event items was guaranteed, fair to all. It said they would warm up in 1 second, and indeed, they warmed and thawed in 1 second. Qin Shi Shi could now search for her target with peace of mind. The path was all ice with nothing on it. When she saw land, Qin Shi Shi felt a little excited, thinking she should find something. When she got ashore, apart from the swirling yellow dust, she still saw no other living creatures besides herself. She couldn't help but wonder if she had thought of the wrong direction. It was almost the agreed upon time, so Qin Shi Shi started to head back. When she was about 10 meters from the flock of sheep, a dense rain of stones came pouring down. Qin Shi Shi saw the situation was bad and quickly took out a rebound item to protect herself. However, a few seconds passed, and the rebound item wasn't used at all. Qin Shi Shi put away the rebound item and carefully observed the stone rain passing over her head. Did the stone rain only attack the flock? Countless pebbles flew towards the sheep. Qin Shi Shi saw her companions in the crowd fending off the stone rain, hiding inside a protective shield they had set up. However, there were still scattered sheep outside the protective shield, and they weren't being attacked by the stone rain. Qin Shi Shi had a sudden realization and shouted loudly to the 3 inside the shield, "Move quickly towards me. The place you're standing is within the stone rain's attack range." Ji Yu Hao was the first to react, using his talisman pen to reinforce the protective shield and make it movable. Then, he calmly shouted to Yu Wenwen and Li Li, "Hurry up and go. I'll hold them off." Yu Wenwen put away her twin hammers, glanced at Ji Yu Hao, and then quickly moved out of the stone rain's attack range. Li Li followed closely behind her. Seeing the 2 safely retreat, Ji Yu Hao gripped his talisman pen, empowering the protective shield to buy himself time. Then, with his free hand, he took out a rebound item from his space and used it. Seeing the stones hitting him return the way they came, Ji Yu Hao also quickly went to meet up with the others. "Are you okay?" Yu Wenwen asked with concern when she saw Ji Yu Hao emerge from the stone rain without cover. "I'm fine. The rebound item was used well, it's safer," Ji Yu Hao said calmly and composedly, no longer as tense as before. Seeing that Yu Wenwen was unharmed, he felt relieved. "Why didn't I think of using a rebound item? Oh, my intelligence is worrying," Li Li joked self-deprecatingly after escaping danger. "Don't include me when you talk about yourself. I just didn't think of it at the moment, so you can worry about your intelligence by yourself." Yu Wenwen, now relaxed, picked out the flaw in Li Li's words in good spirits. All right, I'm talking about myself, just myself," Li Li nodded, amused. After all, complaining about himself wouldn't hurt him. Qin Shi Shi also found it a bit funny. Li Li was truly amusing, even complaining about himself so harshly. Ji Yu Hao, who had been quietly observing the stone rain's movements, saw Yu Wenwen and Li Li's natural interaction and teasing, and his eyes darkened. He walked between the 2, subtly separating them, and said earnestly, "The stone rain only attacks that specific area, but it doesn't attack the sheep within that area. There must be something strange about it." Qin Shi Shi nodded slightly, her expression cautious. "Let's wait for the stone rain to stop, then we'll go and see if we can find anything." How come none of the big shot Ji Yu Hao and his team researched this instance beforehand? Are they that casual? What do you know? In the world of the gods, whether they prepare in advance or not, they always succeed. Such ability, I ask you, aren't you convinced? This stone rain activates every hour and lasts for 3 hours. Each attack will be more intense than the last. It's infuriating, actually. When my team players tackled this instance, we got stuck with the sheep, refusing to leave them, and never realized that leaving the flock's range would prevent us from being attacked by the stone rain. My team too. We wasted so many protective items, stubbornly fighting with those sheep, and in the end, we still couldn't find a way to get the sheep across the river, and we failed. I envy you players with restart cards. But I'm lucky. I haven't encountered these extremely difficult instances that could kill me yet. Don't speak too soon, upstairs. Maybe the next instance will kill you. Pa. Watch your mouth. I'm already unlucky. If I really get matched with a super difficult instance, you'll be my teammate. Holy crap, you're so vicious, even cursing yourself that harshly. I'm not playing with you anymore. Ha, can't handle it now. Who told you to talk nonsense and provoke me? The 4, Qin Shi Shi, were resting in place, bored. Yu Wenwen got tired of standing early, took out her 2 square great hammers, placed them on the ice, and pulled Qin Shi Shi to sit on the hammers to rest. Li Li also got tired of standing. Seeing nothing suitable to cushion his bottom, he simply sat directly on the ice. How can you sit directly on the ice? Be careful, you might get uterine cold and stomach aches later. Yu Wenwen blurted out without thinking. But Li Li on the ground was completely bewildered. Why would he get uterine cold and stomach aches? Yu Wenwen, out of good intentions, tried to pull Li Li up but was stopped by Ji Yu Hao's outstretched hand. His tone was full of helplessness. He's healthy, don't worry about him. Qin Shi Shi tried hard to suppress the corners of her lips, pulled Yu Wenwen, who still wanted to speak, back down to sit properly, and told her in a low, amused voice, Wenwen, stop. Men don't have a uterus. Only then did Yu Wenwen realize that she had just done something earth-shattering, an incredibly foolish and irredeemable act. She immediately blushed, buried her head in Qin Shi Shi's arms, and stopped speaking. Hehehehe. Sister Wenwen always brings delightful surprises. Hehehehe. The probability of a man getting uterine cold is lower than a sow landing on the moon. Wenwen is simply a beautiful idiot, haha, only now realizing she made a common sense mistake. Don't say that. Sister Wenwen had good intentions. She just forgot that Li Li is a man. Hehehehe. I'm dying of laughter. I can't. Your bullet comments are even funnier. Chapter 34. You bastard. If you dare stick your tongue out and lick me, I'll beat you to death. Fortunately, the sunny young man Li Li was still utterly confused and didn't understand what Yu Wenwen meant by her words just now. It seems he's another pure-hearted young man with no dating experience. Li Li sat on the icy ground, lost in thought, with his arms resting on his knees. After a long while, he slowly looked up, excitedly saying to everyone, I know what that meant. Yu Wenwen had just calmed her embarrassment. Hearing Li Li say this, she thought he had figured out the embarrassing thing she said about him getting palace cold. Her face flushed red again. To save face in the future, Yu Wenwen excitedly pointed at Li Li and said, No, you don't know. I didn't say anything just now. What did you say just now? Li Li was confused again. Nothing. I didn't say anything just now. So, what did you figure out? Yu Wenwen realized she had overreacted and quickly changed the subject. Li Li stood up and looked at the area where the stone rain was concentrated, confidently saying, the stone rain doesn't attack the sheep, only that specific area. Is it possible there's something under the ice in that area? Qin Shi Shi asked Li Li doubtfully, how did you think of that? I was just sitting on the ice, deep in thought, when I suddenly saw a small fish frozen under the ice. That's how I deduced it. Besides these sheep, the only other thing on the ice is the stone rain that activates periodically. There are no other breakthroughs, so perhaps the clue is under the ice. The more Li Li spoke, the more he felt his earlier deduction was highly plausible. You're right, we haven't found anything on any side of the ice. So, it's very likely that the clues we need are under the ice. Qin Shi Shi also stood up excitedly, looking at Li Li with a happy expression and praising him. Thanks to you, Li Li, now we have a direction to search in again. Ha ha ha, it was just a coincidence, Li Li humbly waved his hand. The praise from Beauty Shi Shi really made him a little shy. Then let's wait for the stone rain to stop and then carefully examine the ice surface in that area, Ji Yu Hao said calmly. After a while, the stone rain, which had lasted for 3 hours, stopped again. Qin Shi Shi and the other three checked the ice surface within the range of the stone rain's attack. Look, everyone, there seems to be something big under this ice, Yu Wenwen excitedly shouted, pointing at the ice where she stood, towards the other three. What is under there? Qin Shi Shi half crouched on the ice, bending low to try and see through the thick ice layer. We'll know once we dig it out. Move aside, I'll try to break the ice. Seeing everyone make way for him, Li Li calmly took out his camera and pressed the shutter, aiming at the location of the object under the ice. The laser cannon emitted by the lens struck the ice surface with a loud bang, and a puff of white smoke appeared. Just as everyone thought the ice layer had shattered, the white smoke dissipated, and upon closer inspection, they found that only shallow cracks had appeared on the ice surface. Is this ice surface really that tough? Li Li looked incredulously at his camera, then at the almost undamaged ice surface. Ji Yu Hao crouched down, checked the thickness of the ice layer, and frowned. This ice layer is at least 1 meter thick. It probably can't be broken in one go. Then just hit it a few more times. Everyone move aside, I'll give it a try, Yu Wenwen said confidently, hoisting her twin hammers, eager to start. Bang bang bang, bang bang bang. As Yu Wenwen struck a few times with her hammers, the cracks grew larger and deeper. Everyone's faces lit up, there was hope. Grumble grumble grumble, someone's stomach rumbled with hunger. Yu Wenwen was embarrassed. Why was she always making a fool of herself today? Haha, I'm hungry, I've run out of strength, Yu Wenwen said, covering her stomach sheepishly. Let's eat first, we haven't eaten all day, Qin Shi Shi suggested. With that, she exchanged food from the system and began to fill her stomach. The others also took out food to appease their hunger. Yu Wenwen ate with great relish. After eating her fill, she raised her twin hammers, ready to get back to work. Just as her hammer was about to strike the ice, she heard Ji Yu Hao say, "Watch out." Then Yu Wenwen was carried in a princess carry by Ji Yu Hao, who flashed away from her original spot. The stone rain had started again. Fortunately, the group reacted quickly and retreated in time, avoiding being hit. The sun gradually dipped below the icy horizon, and it was getting late. Seeing that the stone rain hadn't stopped, they could only continue tomorrow. You all sleep, I'll keep watch, Li Li suggested. It's better to take turns keeping watch in shifts, otherwise you won't be able to handle it. Qin Shi Shi wasn't very keen on Li Li watching all night alone. I also think it's better to take turns in shifts so everyone can rest up, Yu Wenwen agreed with Qin Shi Shi's plan. So, everyone exchanged sleeping bags from the system. Li Li volunteered to take the first shift, and the others slept soundly. Later, when Li Li's time was up, he woke Qin Shi Shi. After Qin Shi Shi kept watch for a while, it was Ji Yu Hao's turn. It was Yu Wenwen's turn to keep watch, but Ji Yu Hao didn't wake her. Instead, he moved his sleeping bag next to hers and sat in it, keeping watch. If the live stream didn't correspond to the player's point of view, Ji Yu Hao's current actions would have caused the live stream chat to go wild. Ji Yu Hao's live stream channel had decided not to stream anymore after what happened in the previous instance. And in this instance, the only two streaming, Li Li and Yu Wenwen, were already asleep, so their live streams were black screens and unwatchable. Ji Yuhao looked at Yu Wenwen's small face peeking out from her sleeping bag and couldn't help but lean in to kiss her. You scoundrel, if you dare to stick your tongue out and lick me, I'll hammer you to death. Yu Wenwen, in her sleep, seemed very angry, clenching her fists and striking out. The next second, Yu Wenwen's hands, which had been inside her sleeping bag, shot out and tore 2 holes in the sleeping bag. Ji Yuhao rubbed his forehead, his expression stunned. Good thing he dodged quickly, otherwise not only would the sleeping bag have 2 holes, but he would have 2 holes too. He couldn't help but sigh. As expected of a woman who can wield heavy hammers, her strength is truly surprising. Recalling Yu Wenwen's sleep talking, Ji Yuhao's face darkened a bit. He had only gently kissed her, he hadn't stuck out his tongue. But seeing Yu Wenwen, who had been angry and frowning tightly, gradually relax her expression, seemingly because she had beaten up the scoundrel in her dream. Ji Yuhao's lips also unconsciously curved into a smile along with Yu Wenwen's. He reached out and put her exposed hands back into the sleeping bag, then used a recovery item to restore the sleeping bag to its original state. Ji Yuhao shook his head with lingering fear, reminding himself inwardly, she's restless even in her sleep. I need to be careful in the future. Lovely Jiang's warm reminder. Stealing a kiss before confirming a relationship is a crime, and you might end up like the sleeping bag. Haha, that's a bit exaggerated. Please don't imitate this in a horror world, because there's no romance here. Chapter 35. This is a terrifying world. Isn't it normal for zombies to come back to life? Why didn't you wake me up? Yu Wenwen asked Ji Yuhao after waking up and realizing she had missed her turn on watch. Ji Yuhao replied, I wasn't sleepy, so I just kept watch. Alright then. Yu Wenwen was surprised. Was his sleep quality that good? He wasn't sleepy after just a few hours of sleep, and she didn't even have to stand watch. Well, it was up to him. Everyone, come look, the crack we worked so hard to make yesterday is gone. Li exclaimed, incredulously examining the healed ice surface. Ji Yuhao followed the sound, squatted down, and inspected it. It must be that the temperature was too low at night, and the crack healed automatically. It seems we need to keep smashing it continuously during the day. If we stop, it will probably recover on its own, Qin Shishi sighed. What about the stone rain? Yu Wenwen asked, worried. Li stood up and raised an index finger, indicating, I have an idea. I think it might work. Among us, Wenwen's twin hammers have the greatest destructive power against this ice layer. Looking at yesterday's comparison, the physical damage from the hammers is clearly much higher than the laser cannon's damage. Wenwen will be the main one. She'll be responsible for smashing the ice layer, and we'll be responsible for protecting her when the stone rain starts. Sounds good. Before the stone rain starts, let's all help Wenwen smash the ice layer, Qin Shishi said. As she spoke, she used her high heel to mark a smashing area on the ice. Alright, Wenwen, I'm going all out. Yu Wenwen excitedly pulled out her twin hammers and brought them down on the area Qin Shishi had marked. The other 3 also helped, trying their best to smash open a little more of the ice layer. An hour later, the stone rain began. Qin Shishi, Ji Yuhao, and Li, who had been timing it, quickly put up their protective shields, isolating Yu Wenwen from danger. Wenwen, don't worry, I'll definitely block those stones for you. Qin Shishi said to Yu Wenwen behind her, while wielding moms love to shatter any stray pebbles into dust in midair. Me too, see how powerful my camera is. Li, quick-eyed and quick-handed, used the laser cannon from his camera to intercept many stray pebbles. Meanwhile, Ji Yuhao single-handedly maintained the protective shield, blocking the vast majority of the stone rain. For any stones that penetrated the shield, he deftly dodged them while continuously strengthening the shield's effectiveness with the talisman brush in his hand. Hold on, everyone, I'll be quick. Yu Wenwen desperately hammered the ice layer with her proud 1000 jin heavy hammers, quickly creating a sizable pit in the ice. After a 3-hour stone rain, Yu Wenwen had only managed to smash about half a meter deep, but the objects beneath the ice layer were becoming clearer. Qin Shi and the other two had suffered some minor scratches, but they couldn't worry too much. They all gathered around to help Yu Wenwen smash the ice layer. As the large pit in the ice deepened by another dozen centimeters, the 1-hour intermission was over again. Qin Shi, Ji Yu Hao, and Li Li once again braced themselves to put up the protective shield for Yu Wenwen. However, this time the Stone Rain's offensive was even more ferocious than the previous round. More pebbles leaked through the protective shield, and some that Qin Shi and Li Li couldn't shatter in time also scratched Yu Wenwen. Yu Wenwen seemed to no longer feel the pain, continuing to relentlessly pound the ice layer. There were several bleeding scratches on her elbows. Compared to her, Qin Shi, Li Li, and Ji Yu Hao had more injuries from the stones, but they still persevered in protecting Yu Wenwen, trying to let her focus on breaking the ice. Oh my god, the Stone Rain is too brutal. I've never seen Boss Ji Yu Hao suffer such serious injuries. Woo. Beauty Shishi's face is scratched, but she is still protecting Beauty Wenwen. They're really too good. Sigh, I hope they can break the ice successfully soon, otherwise, the next wave of Stone Rain will be even stronger, and they might not be able to block it. They're already amazing. The previous players didn't even discover anything under the ice layer. They were directly trapped in the Stone Rain until they were exhausted and smashed to death by stones. Don't even mention it. I was in so much pain all over from the Stone Rain, not a single good spot on my body. Even after restarting with a restart card, I still feel the pain now. Family upstairs, I feel the same. Looking at the dense stones in this live broadcast now, I also feel pain all over. This instance really made my death miserable, and I am still traumatized. I hope Sister Wenwen and Beauty Shishi can hold on. No. If they fail, I won't be able to see their live broadcasts again. I don't want that. Woo. Is there any big shot who can tip them restart cards? Sister Wenwen opened a live broadcast, so she can get restart cards from tips, but Beauty Shishi has never opened a live broadcast, so there's no way for her to get restart cards through tips. What should we do? We don't even know if she got any restart cards as rewards in her previous successful instances. System, have mercy. A good person like Beauty Wenwen must have been rewarded with a restart card. If not, then bless her to pass the instance smoothly. Wenwen, be careful. While supporting the protective shield, Ji Yu Hao dodged a stray stone, then swiftly flashed in front of Yu Wenwen, extending his arm to block a rapidly approaching stone aimed at her forehead. The stone, like a bullet, directly embedded itself in Ji Yu Hao's arm. Ji Yu Hao frowned slightly at the pain of it piercing his flesh, then continued to wave his talisman brush to reinforce the protective shield. Thank you. Yu Wenwen was stunned for a moment, then thanked him and continued to desperately break the ice with her hammer. After the Stone Rain continued for 2 hours, Yu Wenwen finally shattered the last layer of ice. The stagnant water beneath the ice, and the object within it, were now exposed. It's not an object, it's a boy, Yu Wenwen exclaimed in shock. She quickly put away her twin hammers and vigorously pulled out the pale-faced boy soaking in the water. Do you need help? Li Li asked Yu Wenwen in a spare moment. No need, I'm very strong, Yu Wenwen said. As she spoke, the boy, whose face was ashen like a corpse, had already been pulled ashore. Ji Yu Hao, hold on, we'll take the boy out of the attack range first. Seeing that Yu Wenwen had already pulled the person out, Qin Shi quickly waved her whip and led Yu Wenwen and the others to retreat. Soon after, seeing that they had all safely retreated, Ji Yu Hao also quickly withdrew from the attack range. Li Li collapsed directly beside the corpse-like boy, gasping for breath. Qin Shi, thanks to the boost from her blood-mist high heels, didn't feel tired, but the injuries on her body were genuinely painful. All 4 of them were injured to varying degrees and paid no mind to the quietly lying boy, focusing instead on using their items to recover from their injuries. However, the boy, who had originally been ashen-faced, gradually regained color in his body after coming into contact with the air above the eyes. The boy's eyes suddenly opened, and the clear, cloudless blue sky was reflected in his black pupils. With a swift movement, he sat up. Oh my God, he's a zombie, a zombie. Lily, who had been lying leisurely beside the boy's body, healing his wounds, was startled by the suddenly sitting up corpse. He immediately sprang up and jumped back, losing his balance and stumbling to the ground. The others thought, "Child, are you okay? This is a horror world, isn't it normal for a corpse to reanimate?" Chapter 36 Guys, stop these bastards and teach them a lesson. Qin Shi, Yu Wenwen, and Ji Yu Hao were originally healing their wounds with their backs to the shepherd boy's corpse, but Li Li's startled cry made them all turn around and see the resurrection. Qin Shi and the others remained calm, simply observing the 16 or 17-year-old shepherd boy in front of them with vigilant eyes. Seeing how calm the others were, Li Li stood up from the ground, a little embarrassed, and secretly shed tears behind their backs. How could he still not be accustomed to the horrors of this world? It was truly mortifying. He wore wool clothing, dressed like a nomad, and the now restored color in his face had a reddish flush, like frostbite. The shepherd boy's large, round black eyes scanned the few players, revealing a charmingly innocent smile. "Hello everyone. My name is Su Ningbo. Who are you?" Seeing that Su Ningbo seemed non-aggressive, everyone exchanged glances, and Qin Shi was the first to speak. "Hello, we're just passing through. May I ask if those sheep are yours?" Qin Shi asked, pointing to the flock of sheep not far away. "They're mine. Is something wrong with my sheep?" Su Ningbo nodded innocently, also looking in the direction she pointed. "Nothing's wrong, it's just that those sheep look so pitiful, not eating or drinking here." To complete the mission, Qin Shi started to say whatever was appropriate for the situation, otherwise, there was no way to explain why they were there. I was going to drive the sheep across the ice river to graze on the other side, but I don't know how I fell asleep here," the nomad shepherd boy, Su Ningbo, said innocently, scratching his naturally curly short hair. "Then go herd your sheep, don't let them starve," Qin Shi reminded him. Su Ningbo stood up from the ice and blew a few unique whistles towards the flock of sheep, and the scattered sheep began to gather around him. "We also need to go over there, let's go together," Ji Yu Hao suggested, to ensure the shepherd boy could successfully lead the flock to graze on the opposite bank. Qin Shi and the others also realized this and nodded, indicating they would go together. "Are you sure? No one has ever wanted to walk with me before," Su Ningbo said with some difficulty, looking unsure. "Why not?" Yu Wenwen asked, puzzled. Su Ningbo hesitated, then stammered, I smell a bit, the odor might be very unpleasant, I'm afraid you won't be able to stand it." Hearing him say that, Qin Shi and the others were stunned. They did seem to catch a faint, intermittent foul odor, and it was getting stronger. Qin Shi glanced at the sheep that only the shepherd boy could herd, subtly held her breath, and said calmly, "It's fine, your big brothers and sisters don't mind." "Right, we don't mind. It's quite lively to walk together, and we won't be bored," Li Li added, following Qin Shi's lead. "All right, let's go together," Su Ningbo said with a happy smile, then stepped forward, driving the flock of sheep towards the grassy land on the opposite bank. The four, including Qin Shi, followed Su Ningbo, but the further they walked, and the longer the time passed, the more unbearable the stench emanating from Su Ningbo became. Qin Shi wished Jiang Yi could appear in this instance to help her, so her nose would be saved. As her thoughts drifted, Qin Shi began to miss Jiang Yi again. She wondered where he was now. What was he doing? Didn't he say he would level up with her? No, not even a shadow of him was to be seen, which was truly worrying. "Hit him quickly, the stinking ghost is out again." A rude, unfriendly voice came from behind them. Qin Shi and the others turned around, only to see over a dozen young people with ashen faces, blood-red eyes, hideous, maggot-ridden features, like zombies, throwing stones at them. To be precise, they were throwing stones at Su Ningbo. Seeing this, Su Ningbo immediately squatted down, covering his head, his body trembling, and he muttered fearfully, "Don't hit me, I don't want to smell this bad, I don't want to." Qin Shi Shi used mom's love to fiercely shatter the sharp stones thrown by the zombies into powder. "Stinking ghost, as long as you jump into the ice hole, so we can't smell you, we won't hit you anymore," another zombie-like person said. I'll jump, don't hit me." Su Ningbo covered his head and began to hop on the ice. Qin Shi Shi and the others blocked the stones thrown by the zombies, looking on in shock as ice holes appeared in the thick ice layer after Su Ningbo merely hopped a few times. "Don't jump." Qin Shi Shi no longer cared about the stones the zombies were throwing. She leaped to the side of the ice hole and grabbed Su Ningbo, who was about to jump. Seeing Qin Shi Shi stop Su Ningbo, Yu Wenwen and the other two began to fight the zombies, buying her time to persuade Su Ningbo. "Why listen to them? If they tell you to jump, you jump. Your life is your own, no one can arbitrarily take it away." Qin Shi Shi pulled Su Ningbo by his collar, moving him away from the large ice hole. "But the stones hurt too much. If I stay down there, my stench won't bother them, and their stones won't hit me, and I won't feel so much pain," Su Ningbo argued, trying to pry Qin Shi Shi's hand from his collar. "No, it's not like that. You can run, you can find a place to live where people accept your smell. Don't give up on yourself so easily," Qin Shi Shi said excitedly. She understood Su Ningbo's ostracism and persecution due to being different from others, because she once had similar experiences. Fortunately, she found a safe haven in people who entered her life. She hoped Su Ningbo could be a little braver, even just a little. In this world, he could bravely seek a way out for himself. Upon hearing her words, Su Ningbo stopped his actions and slowly said, "Can I do that? Can I really? Can I find it?" To his questions, Qin Shi Shi's expression was firm, and she replied with certainty, "Yes, you definitely can. How will you know if you don't try? You just need to take steps and run, and the bad guys won't catch you. Your big brothers and sisters will help you." Su Ningbo's eyes, which had lost their luster due to the zombies' harsh words and fear, were reignited with hope by Qin Shi Shi's encouraging words. Seeing this, Qin Shi Shi, seizing the momentum, pointed towards the opposite bank and earnestly shouted to Su Ningbo, "Go, shepherd boy. Take your sheep and seek the light." "I understand. Thank you, big brothers and sisters," Su Ningbo said, moved, then formed his fingers into a whistle and blew a few calls to his sheep, and then, with a sense of freedom, he ran towards the opposite bank. Behind him, hundreds of snow-white sheep followed closely, a spectacular sight, like a bright white galaxy surging, rushing towards the destination of hope. Seeing Su Ningbo running hard, Qin Shi Shi was happy for him. She calmly turned to Yu Wenwen and the other two, saying, "Guys, stop these villains and show them what for." With that, Qin Shi Shi, wielding her blood-red twin whips named Mom's Love, strode forward with an uncompromising gait and joined the team protecting the shepherd boy on his journey. "I knew it, Beauty Shi Shi is amazing. Let these hateful zombies return to hell. Charge." Not only is Beauty Shi Shi amazing, everyone else is playing their part in this instance game, truly united and trusting. I hope this shepherd boy named Su Ningbo finds a happy home. Do you guys think these zombies look like the zombies from Plants vs. Zombies? You know, they do look quite similar, except these zombies don't shoot peas like in Plants vs. Zombies, they shoot stones. No matter what they shoot, just take them down, they're too hateful, treating such a cute and kind nomad shepherd boy like Su Ningbo that way. After Qin Shi Shi and the others dealt with the zombies who wanted to chase the shepherd boy, they rushed in Su Ningbo's direction. Su Ningbo's sheep were grazing on the fresh green grass on the bank. The bank was like spring all year round, and the zombies who had revived and chased after them seemed to be blocked by a wall. They could not step onto the lush bank, only remain forever on the ice, experiencing endless freezing cold. Seeing Kinshishi and her companions safely reach the shore, Suningbo finally relaxed, happily waved goodbye to them, and then leisurely drove his sheep into the distance. Congratulations, player, for successfully clearing the horror instance, the Shepherd Boy. Player rewards have been distributed, please check them. Carrot. With a flash of white light, the four were directly teleported out of the Shepherd Boy instance.